Peace, Infinite Waters, diving deep once again. We are out here in nature. How to never run out of things to say when you're speaking to someone. How to keep a conversation flowing. Someone wrote in about that, so that's what we're going to dive into. Let's just breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Has that ever happened to you? You're talking to someone, then you're like, mind freeze, mind blank. It's really awkward because they're actually a pretty cool person. You just don't have anything to say. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Let me share with you what's helped me along my journey. Along my early journey, I was pretty closed off, right? I had to be able to speak to the right kind of person to keep a conversation flowing. I have to really be interested in you. I'm a deep diver. I can't stand shallow conversations. And we're gonna get to why a lot of people can't keep a conversation flowing much later. The Ford method, Henry Ford. Ford Motors, right? His salesman couldn't really keep a conversation going. And he was like, okay, what are we gonna do about this? He came up with something called the Ford method. And he told them, talk about the family, right? Ask them about their family. Got any brothers or sisters? Got a cat down the road? Is that part of your family too? Right? Family. You just meet someone, you can talk to them about their family. Oh, occupation. What do you do? Where do you work? This is great surface level conversation to get started. Recreation. What are your passions? And then he said dreams. What are your visions? What are your goals? What are your aspirations? Family, occupation, recreation, dreams. And all of a sudden, his car started to sell. Okay, so Ford method is great. But let me share with you, as a psychologist, as a counselor, really a great way how to keep a conversation going. So you got the Ford method, that's great. But you see, a lot of people are starting to awaken on the planet and they are choosing consciously to end conversations really short because they're like, I have no time for this. Bye. Oh. Many times we are around people and we start interviewing them. Sometimes we even do it when we're approaching someone. You might be approaching a guy or a woman. You're interested in them and you start asking them a lot of questions because you're like, if I can just get their attention for that little bit longer, we might just get married. And they're like, sorry, too many questions. Bye. You overdid it. Don't overdo it. I'm gonna show you why silence is so important a bit later. But you don't have to interview someone. Keep it simple. I found out along my journey that a lot of us, we think, okay, to never run out of things to say, I've just got to keep running my mouth. Now you forget a conversation is a two-way street. You got to be able to listen as much as you talk. Slow motion this side. Active listening is everything. Sometimes you don't have to say a whole lot to keep a conversation going, keep the atmosphere so beautiful. You just got to be able to listen. That's why you got two ears, right? So you can actually listen more than you talk. But also, the reason why active listening is so powerful is that it actually makes someone relax a lot more. Ever been around someone who's just constantly talking your ear off and you're like, I'm feeling really anxious right now. I don't need to be here right now. And before you know it, the conversation is finished right now. Area of interest is what I always tell people. That's what's worked for me. Many people are diving deep, and every single person on this planet has a deep passion. They've got an area of interest, something they love to do every single day. Now, if you can move the conversation into their area of interest, oh my days, the conversation is going to be flowing so smoothly, it's going to be unbelievable. But how do we get to someone's area of interest? Oh, great. Someone bought me some berries today. 7-day vegan challenge. Food is a great area of interest if you're talking to a vegan, someone eating a plant-based diet. Okay? Food, period. Health is a great area of interest. And I always say, this is what's worked for me. I meet people and I'm like, so what did you eat today? And they're like, well, I had this, I had that, and I had an orange. Or I didn't eat today. Oh, why didn't you eat today? Because, this is the runoff, because I was in a bit of a rush. Oh, why were you in a rush? So you follow it up. And they're like, well, because the cat down the road was blocking the door. Why did he do that or she do that? And then you get talking just by asking them, what did you have today? And they're like, we ain't even had breakfast yet. Okay? So food is a powerful area of interest, but also another area of interest could be, what are you doing today? Where are you going this evening? When you learn how to become present, that is key to keeping a conversation going. You see, the reason why a lot of conversations don't last long is because a lot of us, we're thinking way too much about what to say. When you become present to the here and now, you develop more clarity, but also you can actually talk about what is happening. So I'll give you a funny story. I'm on the beach talking to someone and I'm like, yeah, I make videos, I do this, and I'm just talking so much about myself that the conversation isn't going anywhere because it's all about me. Then I realized when I was just saying, chill out, Ralph, ground yourself, look at the waves going up and down. Isn't that beautiful? And they're like, yeah, it is. Then we just started to talk about what was happening right now, as opposed to all your achievements. Ain't nobody got time for that. Not yet anyway. We just met. Yet you are giving me a whole lecture on life. We don't need that right now. So keep it simple. Whenever you talk about what is happening in this immediate moment right now, I guarantee you your conversation will be lasting a whole lot longer. You don't have to get so technical, so complicated. Talk about what is happening right now. Did you see that car just go by? Oh my gosh. Why did it do that? Whoa, that person just fell over. Talk about what is happening right now. What I've seen along my journey is that many of us, we're not calm when we're talking to people. That's why conversations end prematurely. That doesn't have to happen. So what I always do is breathe deep from the base of my spine like this. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Once you are relaxed in your body, you will be relaxed when you are talking to anybody. A lot of us, we have a lot of anxiety, right? A lot of us, we have a lot of anxiety. And that comes because we are afraid of what people might think. Oh, they're going to judge me. No, you judge yourself. There's a reason why a lot of people can't keep a conversation going. It's because they are afraid that if they say what they truly feel about something, people will run away. And they probably will. But the people who remain, those are people you want to keep around. Slow motion inside. So what I started to see is this. Look, don't worry if people don't get you. You see, what's happened in our society is that people do things to be liked. Instead of remembering what is more important than being liked is being authentic. I can never make a mistake. It's not possible. Why? Because I'm being myself. When you go in with that mindset, you can talk to anybody. You can keep a conversation going. A lot of us, we have a lot of fear, what we call status anxiety. And it starts when you're a teenager, actually. You go to these parties, as you do, and everyone's saying, oh, what did you do? What grade did you get? And people always used to ask me, what grade did you get, Ralph? And I'm like, oh my gosh. Where are you working now, Ralph? When I was a bit older. Oh my gosh. Like, all of these questions, we get put on the spot. And a lot of us, we feel bad because it's like we might feel someone else is working in a better job than us. Someone else has got more money. They're cooler. But once again, everybody is insecure at times. And nobody's life is perfect. Everybody is dealing with ups and downs. So someone once asked me, Ralph, what do you do for a living? And I didn't say, yeah, right, I inspire millions of people. No, I just said, right now, I'm just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. And they're like, wow, really? And I'm like, yeah. That made the atmosphere very relaxing for the conversation to continue. You see, a lot of us, we might tell someone what we do, but then it becomes a bit awkward because we feel someone is questioning us. We feel someone is putting us on the spot, so then we close up. So you got to be very careful in kind of interrogating people. But you don't have to go so serious. Just keep it light. Keep the conversation very light and fun to begin with. Then you can dive deeper once you have more rapport with them. What I realized that so many people forget when it comes to conversations is that you have to see where people's level of consciousness is, where their awareness is. That is amazingly, that's so important, right? Where is their level of consciousness? Now you will know what kind of questions to ask. You see, if you ask the right question to someone, you'll get a very deep answer, or you'll get a very short answer. It depends who they are. You could ask somebody, what were you like as a child? And they might talk for a long time. And then you can tell them what you were like for a child, right? Like, you can tell them how you were like when you were a child. But some people, they may not want to go back to their childhood because it may not be good, right? So you got to start to see where their level of consciousness is, where their awareness is, more so what they are open to talking about. Slow motion inside. You got to realize a lot of us on the planet have been through so much, and it takes time to really open someone up to get them to talk, and you can't force it. You have to realize this big secret. You can't force a conversation. If you realize this, your conversation will flow a lot better. Because, what, Ralph? It is okay to be silent. Silence is okay. Let me repeat that. Silence is okay. This is probably the greatest secret, the greatest paradox too. The more silent you are, the better your conversation will flow. Because now you are both listening to each other. And also, if you can learn how to have what I call finding the comfort in silence, your conversation will flow a lot better. How many times have you been with someone, there's this weird, awkward silence, and it's like, please say something. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Like, we're both thinking we should both say something right now, and then we just, oh my gosh. It's okay to be silent. I've got friends where sometimes we don't say anything for 5 minutes. We're just observing the beautiful scenery. And we don't have to talk. But when we do, the conversation's flowing only because we have allowed that silence. Your conversation will be cut short when you are afraid of silence, when you think you just have to keep talking. Now you lost your voice. You see what you've done? And the cat down the road is like, you see what you've done? You gotta have fun. Having fun is what will keep your conversation flowing. Be humorous. Don't take yourself too seriously. And when we talk of finding where someone's level of consciousness is, their awareness, to decide what you should talk to them about, you have to realize this. You got to learn how to meet people at their level of consciousness, right? I can talk to pretty much anyone on the planet because I'm going to tap into where they are mentally and emotionally. I'm not going to talk to them about the third eye if they've never heard about the third eye and they're not really open to that. I'll meet them where they are, right? I'll meet them if they're not eating a plant-based diet. I'll meet them where they are. And that's how to really master keeping a conversation to always keep rising to new heights. It's not always about you. It's about this connection we are both creating right now. It's about both of us. Because a lot of people always feel it's about me. Then they forget you've got to be able to ask someone about them. People love when you ask them about them, and they should do the same to you. But realize silence is not a bad thing, and also realize that conversations can never run out when you are surrounding yourself with people who are an exact vibrational match to yourself. And then you just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? We are out here in the heart of nature. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, getting high. Have a beautiful day. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You!